Hey man, great work in the film. I love the animation. I love your character. How long did actual, scenes last when you were filming them?
Oh, when we were recording that scene, you mean? Well, I was brought in to do it, and I think it took about half an hour, and that was it. And I think what in that first take is what they used in the film.
Could you talk a little bit about the process of voicing for this film in particular?
Sure. Well, for this one, I was originally brought in to do just scratch vocals. That's when we just do temporary voices for the characters when we're still working out the film. So when they brought me in, the co-director Rich Moore, he said, "Oh, you're going to play a sloth." So I thought, "Oh, you're going to talk really slow." And what he wanted, though, was a guy who spoke normally, but just had pauses in between his words. And so that's what they had us do, and it worked out.
Did you have any idea this film was going to be in the top 10? I wouldn't be surprised if it's still in the top 10 box office this week, unless it's pulled from. It was in the top 5 forever.
It's crazy. It's great. Like when we had the wrap party, where like after everyone's done working and the film's done, so we have the party for the whole studio, and a lot of us got to see it complete for the first time. It was like we all kind of were like, "Wow, this is something really special and very timely." And so we were very excited to see how people would react to it, and it's been really cool seeing how much people love it.
Now we're talking about the Blu-ray release here.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're most excited to check out?
On the Blu-rays? Well, I always love seeing like all the behind-the-scenes stuff and the extra cut scenes. So I'm sure there's a bunch I haven't even seen. And it's neat because it shows you how the story changes and develops. And I think that's really cool to see that these movies don't just kind of pop up out of nowhere, that there's a lot of work that goes into it and a lot of like big decisions you have to make as you go along and make the films.
Now we're talking about the Blu-ray release here.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're most excited to check out?
Well, I always love seeing like all the behind-the-scenes stuff and the extra cut scenes. So I'm sure there's a bunch I haven't even seen. And it's neat because it shows you how the story changes and develops. And I think that's really cool to see that these movies don't just kind of pop up out of nowhere, that there's a lot of work that goes into it and a lot of like big decisions you have to make as you go along and make the films.
What are your what's your favorite, outside of Zootopia, of course, Disney animation?
Well, I got a soft spot in my heart for Wreck-It Ralph. It was the first film that I was a story artist on, and I actually got to do the voice of one of the characters in that too. The little jerk, Gene, that hates Ralph, I got to do him too. So I like that movie a lot. That one's pretty close to my heart.
And how did you get into this? How long ago?
Well, before I came here, I had a long career in animation already, and I had been a director on The Simpsons. And so when Rich Moore came here, he decided to bring some other directors from The Simpsons in and mix them with the story artists here just to see if it would be a good combination. And it really worked out well. Like, we all fed off of each other, and it made that a really great movie, and I think it made this one a really good one too.
What does Zootopia mean to you, the message behind the film? I mean, it's great for kids are watching it, they're loving it. What is the message behind the film? Are we in a zoo here in the real world?
Yeah, I think what I like about the film is if you're a kid, you're watching it, and you're excited about the fact that it's this little cop, this little girl who wants to be a cop, and she works really hard and she gets it. And it really shows them that, wow, you can get something if you work really, really hard at it and you really want it. But as an adult, it sort of reminds you to sort of like look at everybody and don't just sort of treat them at face value. Like, look a little deeper at people.
So what's my final question is what's the longest you waited at the DMV?
Me? I don't know, because I fell asleep. So I couldn't really tell you. Maybe 3 days? I'm not sure. I sleep real soundly.
Zootopia, a gleaming city where animals of all breeds, predator and prey alike, live together in peace and harmony.
Hi, I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud.
Don't expect us to apologize for it.
ZPD's first rabbit officer, Judy Hopps.
You ready to make the world a better place?
Bad news in this city gripped by fear.
What can you tell us about the animals that went savage? Are we safe?
This is priority 1. Hopps, parking duty.
Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
You strike out, you resign.
Deal. Hello? I'm here to ask you some questions about a case.
Then they should have gotten a real cop to solve it.
You are under arrest.
For what? Hurting your free wings?
You are a key witness.
No, he is.
to run a plate.
All right, I know a guy. You need something done, he's on it.
They're all sloths? We are in a really big hurry.
I am on
It?
break.
I have 36 hours left. We can only solve it together.
It's not about how badly you want something. It's about what you are capable of.
I am a real cop.
Never let them see that they get to you. You bunnies. So emotional.
No! Do not let go!
I'm gonna let go!
What?
We may be evolved, but deep down, we are still animals.
Quit it. You're gonna start a howl.
No! You are naked.
For sure. We're a naturalist club.
All the way down.
Try everything. Life's a little bit messy. Try everything. We all make mistakes. No matter what type of animal you are, change starts with you.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big.
Is that Mr. Big?
Stop talking.
Awesome.
Daddy! What did we say? No icing anyone at my wedding!
I have to, baby. Daddy has to.